Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this morning? Sorry, I am a few minutes late here this morning. I am just going to give it a minute. There we go. I think I am live, everyone, in Facebook, perfect, and YouTube. There we are. Good morning. Bright and early this morning. I am going to say a very quick hi, and then today I have for you a really quick and easy layout that you can make these cards again in 5 minutes. So let me just say a quick hello. Where is my other camera here? There we go. I actually wanted to do something with some scraps that I had on my table this morning. So normally I would say, hey, and chat with you for a little bit. But you know what? Today we are going to get down to business and we are going to do our creating really quick here. I'm going to add, oh my goodness. Good morning. So, this morning I fit in, as you can see, a very quick workout before I decided to do my live. So you have got me kind of post workout here, and I'm excited to create with you a really quick and easy card. We are going to use scraps that I found just on my craft table this morning, and I'm going to show you how, have a look around. When you're done finished all your creating, you end up with little tiny pieces, of course, all over your craft room, and some die cuts perhaps that you have left over, some cutouts that you have left over, and you can create some pretty fabulous cards with just a few pieces. So that's what I want to share with you this morning. We're going to make 2 cards, and yeah, it should be nice and quick. So let's get started. I am going to get rid of sweaty me there, and we are going to get to creating, okay? So my name is Sue Phillip. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Victoria, BC, and I want to welcome you to my early morning creating here. I hope that today, using some of the scraps that I had left in my craft room, that it encourages you to have a look, see what you got laying around, and spark some inspiration on some sort of card, okay? We are going to take a couple card bases. I'm using colored card bases that I had left over from another class. So I've got some Pool Party here, and I have some Old Olive, and I'm going to use those as my card bases this morning. And I'm going to just widen out my camera a little bit so you can see a little bit more what I'm doing. I have got a couple layers that I'm going to use, and again, these are pieces that were left on my craft table, and I just cut them down just a little bit. I have got 3 by 4 1/4 for these layers, okay? So I'm going to pop black on the blue, coral on the olive there. I think this is going to look great. And then, let's see here, left over from a live I did the other day, I had this piece laying around. And then this I had left over from a monkey class that I did not too long ago. So I'm going to use these for some focal pieces, and then I'm going to bring in a couple die cuts. Okay, so here we go. So I hope you guys are having a good morning. I'm glad that you are joining me. If you are on the West Coast where I am, it is a little bit early, so you might not be up yet, but you will be able to catch the replay and hopefully spend a little time in your craft room today. So for this layer here, I am going to cut it down to 1/4 inch smaller than my small little mat. So we are going 2 3/4 by 4, and I'm going to do that for both of them, and then we will be ready to go. So let's see here, 2 3/4 and by 4. Yeah, this is what I want. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so cute. Okay, so these quick and easy cards on Thursday morning, hopefully jumpstart your creative mojo and get you started with some ideas, even if you use it as kind of like a warm-up card, right? Like, you know how when you're doing your workouts, you know, you're supposed to, you know, like stretch, warm up in the morning, you know, before, or, you know, start like when I go, I did a little bike ride this morning. And so I start off a little bit slower and then you get into more of a workout, you know. So think of this as a warm up for your brain, right? For your creativity. So that's what these quick and easy cards can be, right? You can use some scraps and start off with something really quick and easy. And then, you know, you start, you know, getting other ideas. It just starts sparking other parts of your, you know, creative brain there to think of other ideas and add in other pieces, right? So that's what these sort of things are good for. It's also great when you need just a 5-minute card, am I right? And you're about to go out the door and you need a quick card to take with you. So these quick cards are good for that too. Okay, so let's see. Good morning. I'm glad everyone is joining me this morning. Like I said, if you're watching the replay, I'm glad you had a little extra sleep, but hopefully still this will inspire you. So this 2 3/4 by 4-inch piece here is cut, and I didn't really measure too much. I think I did 1 1/4, but you can cut it at any level that you want. But then you're going to flip it over and you're going to use the opposite side for the bottom. Okay, so I'm taking one sheet, I'm using both sides. That's one thing I gotta say, Stampin' Up! Is, well, not, well, one of the many things that they are amazing at, and that is you always love both sides of the beautiful papers. So this quick and easy card is going to allow you to use both sides, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the middle. I want to bring in some super cute ribbon. Okay, so I'm gonna tie, this is our black and white, and it's got that little gingham pattern, which I think is really cute. And we're going to tie it around the center. All right, so far, all we've got is some scraps off our table, you know, some extra card bases that I had laying around, and some ribbon. So I'm going to tie this across. It's just going to cover that little join. Okay, just like that. Now, does everyone have a coffee this morning? Is that what you're enjoying? I am still working on a little bit of water, trying to rehydrate from a little workout this morning, trying to fit it in, you know. Okay, and then all we're going to do is we're going to take this basic little layout and we're going to add a couple little pieces that I had. I've got, let's see here, a little bear. This is just the cutest. This is from the Zany Zoo, and it was just from one of the pieces of Designer Series paper. And so I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm going to do a little greeting. So I was trying to figure out what greeting would go really cute with this one, and I thought I would pull in the Easter Bunny stamp set here, and I love this little greeting here that says, enjoy all the little moments, right? Because life is always so busy, and sometimes, you know, it's hard to get those moments to just relax, say read a book, right? Doesn't happen very often in our busy, busy lives. So this is, I think, a great saying for that. Enjoy all the little moments. So this is a little moment this bear is having, reading a good book and just relaxing. Now I need a scrap. There we go. Again, found on my little craft table. And we're going to stamp that on there. Enjoy the little moments. Hold on, that didn't quite stamp that well. Take two. There's always two sides to a piece of paper, right? Okay. have to give it a moment. I had to take my little moment and press just a little longer. So that is a little tip. If you are using photopolymer, you're not used to them, they're fabulous because you can see right through them, but it does take a couple extra seconds for that ink just to transfer completely to your piece of paper. So take a little moment, right? Allow it to happen. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut this down just a little bit. And let me see. I usually have my little cutter out, but let's see. I think I can do it with this bigger one here. Oh yeah, we're good. Just this piece of paper is a little bit curved. It was on my craft table there. It has a little bit extra curvature to it. All right, now I'm gonna do, I think, let's see. I'm gonna put this guy down here. I think I'm gonna put this, where do I want it? I think right about here. Yeah, that's cute. And I might just keep it just flat, actually the same length as that width of that paper for this one. That would look quite cool. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to trim it down to 3 inches. I think that is the width of this. Yep, we got it. This is going to be pretty sweet. Okay. And let's add our little bear as he's having his quiet moment reading the book. And actually, you know what? I'm going to add this first. Now I want to strategically place this so that his little head is coming up over top of the one corner of the greeting. So I'm going to bring it up right about there. Yeah, that's going to be good. So I'm going to put that down. Now, one of my favorite color combos is the Calypso Coral and the Pool Party. I just love it. It goes so well together. And I love the fact that there's little hearts down this side. He's got his book. Let's see, we're going to put it just over the edge like that. How sweet is that? Okay. Now let's add a little bit more dimension, and a few little embellishments are going to be coming this way. Let's see what I've got here. Look at that. So simple, right? Use up your scraps. I'm going to bring in some rustic metallic dots here, and we're going to pop those. Let's see here, we're just going to go 1, 2, and we're going to do 1 up here. Okay, so there is our first super simple but adorable little card, again using scraps. So this is just a really quick and easy way to use those 2 3/4 inch pieces that you've got left. This is a 3 by 4 1/4. And add a few little embellishments. There we have it, card number 1. All right, do we like it? I love it. Okay, so let's now work on to our next one. Now the hardest decision for this one is going to be, do I want more flowers or less flowers? So I've got, this is, I think this is from that big huge, it is from that big huge paper stack, the eclectic patterns, I think it is. And I had this left over again from Alive from the other day. I think I'm going to go with a little bit more floral. Let's see, we're going to bring this piece in, so I think that that works great. Okay, we're going to use again a little bit of Tombow. Get out the old green glue, and we're going to place that larger piece on top. You can always switch it. And then we're going to just add the alternate side down here. Perfect. Now, if you wanted to, you could also put this the other direction. Ooh, you know what? We're going to do that for this one just because we can. And I'm going to bring in, let's see here, I think a little greeting from the Biggest Wish. I'm going to see what will fit on there. I think this thanks will, or possibly the friend. And because I had all these left over from a class, I also punched out or die cut out from the same set all of these little pink flowers. So those are just going to be sprinkled on the card. I'm going to bring in a scrap that I had here, pulling out some of this petal pink in here. And you see, I was going to tie it in a bow. Yeah, I'm going to tie it in a bow. We're going to see where this goes because I kind of want the bow off to the side, not at the top or the bottom. You know what I mean? So I think I will keep it this direction. I'm going to. Just made a decision right there. Okay, so we're pulling in the coral from the paper. We're pulling in this petal pink. We've got our pink ribbon here. And we have got a little die cut. So I'm going to put the die cut over top. And then we're going to sprinkle in some flowers and a few embellishments. Okay. Early day for me. You know what? I am, Liz, I am an early morning person. I usually have, having said that, I usually have like one day where I just, usually on the weekend, that I like to just lay in bed till about 8:30. If I'm super tired, I've had a busy week, possibly 9, but then I feel like I've like wasted already hours of the day. Okay, I would rather just get up, get going, and get stuff done, right? And it also allows me to enjoy the little moments, which for me is a nice, quiet time of creating in a quiet house before everyone else wakes up, you see, right? Which if I am going to do that, I do have to get up fairly early because Lance is also an early riser, so I'm sure he will be up momentarily, which is, and he'll be wanting to come down here, you see, and make a little noise. So if I get up quick in the morning, I get my quiet time, often a little workout in, all before I head to work. So here we go. There is our little thanks. That looks quite cute there. I'm going to bring in, let's see, now, something is crooked, ever so crooked on this card, and I think it is this piece. I'm going to leave it, but either that or it's just the way that I'm seeing things this morning. I think it's ever so slightly. Am I right? This corner seems tucked a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. It's handmade, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. So these overlay in this little die here. Now, if you don't have any die sitting on your table, then just cut a piece of scrap white in a smaller square and pop it over, maybe hang it over the edge a little bit, and that will work perfect too. Let's do a little pop out, maybe over here with this one. Oh, hold on, wait a second. I actually had 2 there. That's why it was so thick. And I'm going to just bring this one up a little bit because I want it to play off that one there. And I'm going to still add a few little embellishments on this card. Okay, so I'm bringing in my basic embellishments. They come in the gray, the black, and the cream. I did a class and shipped off a lot of the dark color ones. So the gray and the black. So I've got all these white ones left. I'm going to put them as little centers in these flowers. And then I might sprinkle a couple extra ones onto, of course, our dark backdrop here. Like that. So they pop quite nicely. And there we have got our second quick and easy card. Cute, right? There we go. So there is that one there. And there is that one. So another quick and easy card layout for you. And, you know, using just scraps that you have laying around from whatever else you've created. And it's a great way to now take this easy layout. And again, you can think, maybe I'll put it in this direction. Maybe if I cut up my papers, or if I have scrap pieces of papers, I can do more than one layer, right? Maybe I'll put it, I should have actually popped it on an angle maybe instead of, obviously that's where it wanted to go because it's not perfectly straight. That's what it was trying to tell me. But my next one, that gives me the idea now that next one, I'll just put it askew a little bit and put it on an angle, maybe add another angle in behind, do some stamping around the edges, all those things, right? So this just kind of sparks that creativity as you get started and gives you some ideas that you can now branch off and do other things, okay? All right, so that is your quick 5-minute card. I hope you guys have a great day. I myself, it is time to have a quick shower and get to work. And I will see you first thing, well, not as early, but on Sunday morning, of course, for our Sunday morning step up design. And that's when I take a quick and simple layout, say like this, and then I will actually demonstrate for you some ways in which you can take a basic layout and you can start stepping it up to advance your card making, okay? I will be doing a draw for this card kit, which is one of my Fun Fold classes. So if you want to tag a friend for this video, share this video, that all those things help me out. And I like to give away classes because I love creating with everyone. So your name will go into a draw, and on Sunday morning I will end up doing a draw for last Sunday's step up. So if you haven't seen that yet, you can still catch the replay and you can still share it and tag a friend to get your name in there. And then for today's as well, and I will be giving away 2 of these Fun Fold kits on Sunday morning. Okay, so you still get a chance to get one of those, and have a great creative day. Okay, take care everyone. I will see you Sunday morning. Bye for now.